guided missile destroyer USS Gravely is built to attack and defend.
Cap's on the bridge.
She's $2 billion worth of mean fighting machine.
Batteries released now, 5-1,
Gravely is testing her weapons during a high-seas shakedown cruise. When a real-life crisis at sea puts the crew to the test. USS Gravely, the youngest warship in the fleet, preparing for action. USS Gravely is America's newest and deadliest destroyer. The 57th ship built in the Arleigh Burke class. These ships can do everything, from protecting aircraft carriers to launching missiles at land and sea targets. The U.S. Navy has more of these destroyers than any other type of ship. In his first command, Captain Doug Kunzman.
Conning officer.
Connor.
Yeah, all ahead full for 25 knots. The opportunity to command a ship like this as my first command after 30 years of serving in the United States Navy is an extraordinary experience. I love coming to work every single day.
Gravely is 155 meters long and 20 meters wide. When she heads into active duty, she'll be armed to the teeth with everything from Tomahawk cruise missiles to attack helicopters. She's already equipped with anti-submarine warfare sonar, a forward 5-inch gun and magazine, missile tubes forward and aft, and a close-in weapon system or Gatling gun. Gravely is in the final stages of becoming battle-ready. Next up, a week of intensive live-fire training exercises. Today, she's sailing out of U.S. Naval Station Mayport near Jacksonville, Florida.
Welcome to another Gravely low vis, okay? It seems like everything we do is either in low vis or in heavy seas.
This is a weapons testing shakedown cruise for Captain Kunzman and his ship. He's got 1 week to prove Gravely is ready to fight.
Gravely is a new ship. We've only been commissioned a few short months. We need to go out and validate that our combat systems, all the electronics and all the automation and the weapons actually perform as designed.
First priority today, getting out of port without running aground. Gravely draws 9 meters under the keel and the channel is tight.
We've got to stay on track, center line here, or it gets dangerous very, very quickly. And with a $2 billion warship, the last thing we want to do is hazard the crew or hazard the ship. You're made up forward and aft, sir? Single headline? Okay, so we're ready when you're ready to start taking out. Okay, all set.
The lines are cast off and the ship's gun crews ready their weapons. Even off the coast of Florida, Gravely must be prepared for a potential terrorist attack. Most of this 350-member crew is right out of basic training. It's up to Captain Kunzman to turn them into a fighting unit and get this destroyer ready to deploy on schedule. On the bridge, the captain pays close attention as his green crew navigates Gravely out the narrow channel.
Time to turn, 39, distance remaining on his leg, 3,800 yards.
Connor.
Combat concurred.
Very well. Come left, steer course 106. Connor.
23-year-old Ensign Patrick Weir just graduated from the Naval Academy. He's conning or driving the ship out of port for the very first time.
It's obviously a great honor that I was able to go first. Just shows that I'm here, open and ready to learn.
Time 22, navigation holds you on track.
Come right, steady course 097.
Right, steady course 0979. Right 10 degrees.
Ensign Weir, he's one of our hot runners and moving right along with his qualifications, so we threw him to the fire first to get Gravely underway.
But the rain and mist are making Weir's job extremely tough.
Visibility right now is just about 2.5 miles. So when you can't see that far, you set the low visibility checklist. Basically gives you more time to react to a situation if something should arise.
And something has. A nuclear attack submarine is also out there, somewhere.
Right 5 degree rudder, steady course 112.
Gravely's crew searches to find it. It isn't easy.
I don't see him yet, Con, do you?
No, sir. It's just over 4 miles right now.
Put the submarine in there with a low profile, the low visibility, and us still in the channel. The hazard and awareness also goes up significantly, so we're just paying attention to that contact.
Come right, steer course 106.
Weir safely navigates Gravely past the submarine and out through the narrow channel.
Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Well done.
But not everyone has performed up to standard.
Several times, the lookouts on the bridge wing and on the forecastle were facing the wrong direction. If the ship is going forward, then they should be facing forward and scanning the horizon.
Gravely is the very definition of a fighting ship. Her on-deck weapons include the very versatile forward 5-inch gun. It's close to the heart of gunner's mate first class James Mayo.
My job and the gunner's mate's job on board this vessel is to make sure that the gun right here goes boom. It's an outstanding weapon. It can reach anything up to 16 nautical miles. It takes out air targets, surface targets, and land targets.
Gravely is now safely at sea and clear of land. Time to spin up the turbines. With her engines pushing twin 5-blade propellers, Gravely's official top speed is 32 knots, or 60 kilometers per hour. Her real top speed is classified.
With our 4 gas turbine engines, they're all capable of 25,000 horsepower apiece. So combined, that's 100,000 horsepower. They're the same gas turbine generator you'd find underneath the wing of a 747. All 4 of them can be used at one time for max power, or you can use any combination 4, 3, 2, or 1, depending on speed, use, and mission.
Gravely heads northeast from Jacksonville, Florida. Her destination, a live fire zone off the coast of the Carolinas. It's a no-go area reserved for the Navy. The mission now is to protect the ship from simulated air and sea attacks.
So we're going to be doing several scenarios where we will engage targets at various speeds, both air targets and surface targets, with our 5-inch gun forward and also with our Sea Whiz, which is mounted aft.
The Sea Whiz, or close-in weapons system, can fire up to 4,400 rounds a minute. Fully automated, it's the last line of defense against attack aircraft and missiles. But this speed comes at a potentially deadly cost. The 20-millimeter shells are fired with an electric pulse. A rogue electrical signal could mistakenly set them off. Fire Controlman First Class Nicholas Jordan is in charge of the loading.
The gun moves too fast. At 4,500 rounds a minute, the firing pin would be seared off, going back and forth. So what happens is they apply voltage to the base of the round, and that's how it gets set off. Which that's the other danger with it is when we deal with the ammunition, we have to shut off certain radars so that way we know that the ammunition isn't going to be electronically primed inadvertently.
Under the 5-inch gun in the deep magazine, the loading crew is also getting ready.
Okay, guys, we got our load order, quantity 20.
In combat, these rounds would be packed with explosives. For this week's exercise, they're filled with sand and fired out of the barrel with a canister jammed with 9 kilograms of powder. USS Gravely approaches the exercise zone. She'll soon be under attack from both air and sea, firing more live rounds in 1 week than she would in years of active peacetime patrol.
We have approximately 40 guests on board. It's imperative and very, very important that everyone focuses on the mission this week and the job they have to do, that we're on target and on time. Best of luck to everybody and great shooting this week. You'll hear me on the 1MC daily updating. Great job, Gravely. Safe to sea. That is all.
It's go time. The men and women of USS Gravely must now prove they have what it takes to defend their ship. The brand new guided missile destroyer USS Gravely is on day 2 of a live fire training mission with a green crew, and she's about to come under attack.
Aircraft is 5 miles out on the deck.
This Learjet, codenamed Phoenix, will soon begin a simulated assault on the ship. Gravely will defend herself, firing a deadly array of weapons for the first time. It's Executive Officer Michael Witherspoon's job to brief the crew.
For everyone's attention on the bridge, this morning we're going to be conducting a live firing exercise where we're going to be exercising the ship's sensors and guns against a subsonic threat. So I need everyone to be engaged. Look out, tune in.
Security, security, security. All stations, this is U.S. Naval Warship 107. I will be conducting a live fire exercise in the vicinity of...
Nearby marine and air traffic are warned to stay clear.
All vessels stay clear 15 nautical miles. This is U.S. Naval Warship 107, standing by channel 16, out.
First, the forward 5-inch gun will fire on the target. Then, the Sea Whiz will take its turn. Even without explosive shells, these weapons are lethal, leaving no room for error. That's why Gravely won't shoot at the jet itself, but at a target it's towing. The target drone is 2.5 meters long and 45 centimeters wide. It's towed 5,000 meters behind the Learjet. The drone will simulate an attacking aircraft. Once the jet has crossed safely over Gravely, the crew will try to blast the drone out of the air. Any shell that comes within 10 meters of the target is considered a kill. Deep within the vessel, in the Combat Information Center, or CIC, Captain Kunzman readies the ship's guns or batteries.
So once we are sure that the Lear is safe, then I'll give batteries release authority and pass that to the tactical action officer, who will actually execute the engagement to destroy the drone.
8 miles inbound.
MSSTO status of 16.
This is Gravely's first live test against an aerial attack. Tactical Action Officer Mark Taylor is responsible for protecting the ship.
FTO Phoenix 01, inbound, starboard side, 7 miles.
My job is defense of the ship, self-defense of the ship. I have batteries release authority when it comes to defending the ship. I don't have to wait on the captain to tell me permission granted.
Gravely's survival depends on the decisions made here. The Combat Information Center is the most highly protected area of the ship, capable of surviving virtually any attack.
The bulkheads around CIC are of a hardened steel Kevlar fabric type material that would protect Combat Information Center from most threats that we would see today.
0054. Who is 0054? Because that's who's laying on top of us.
On deck, XO Michael Witherspoon spots the Learjet. Approaching at more than 300 knots, the drone 5 kilometers behind it. The 5-inch gun and the Sea Whiz are dialed in, ready to shoot down the drone.
Here. See him?
Batteries released now 5-1.
TAO, engage track 81267.
There's the drone.
The forward 5-inch gun engages the target drone to defend the ship. It's the real deal. Each round leaves the barrel at more than 800 meters per second, or nearly 3,000 kilometers per hour. Set on automatic, it can fire 16 to 20 rounds per minute. But because the sand-filled practice rounds can't detonate, the target won't actually be destroyed unless it takes a direct hit.
Well, The best indication is to watch it blow up. That doesn't happen very often because it is such a small target that we're shooting at. As long as it's within a given range of that target, it's called a successful hit. And we had several of those which proved that the system worked as designed.
In order to track and hit the target, Gravely uses a weapon system called Aegis, named for the shield carried by the Greek god Zeus. Massively powerful radars mounted behind these panels see in all directions at once and create a protective bubble around the ship. Receiving a constant flow of data from the radar, Aegis tracks incoming threats from almost 200 kilometers away and automatically aims the ship's guns and missiles at multiple targets simultaneously. The energy required to do this, more than 4 million watts of power.
Surface air specifically.
As the Learjet tows the target drone on its 5th run over Gravely, the ship's thermal imaging camera keeps the drone in sight. If real explosive rounds were being used, the drone would be dust by now.
Surface guns, request permission to return Mount 5-1 to normal stow.
It will be up to the close-in weapons system to finish the job.
Cap TO, request permission to commence tracking run with Seawiz, port side.
TO, Cap, commence tracking run with Seawiz, port side.
The Seawiz has its own radar. Once it's locked onto the target, it fires by itself.
Here it comes.
This ought to be nasty.
This ought to be good. Commence live firing run with Seawiz, port side. Come on, baby. Yes, come on.
Ooh, check it.
Tracking.
The direct fire.
Yeah, and I saw them hits on the TDU. There you go, Seawiz. Beautiful. 2.5 miles like clockwork. All right, Captain AIC did a good job on that run.
Yeah, very good. Lethality of the weapon systems, both the 5-inch and the Seawiz, with a highly trained crew is you can't replace that combination. We dropped the drone in the water with both contact by a 5-inch and Mount 22, the Seawiz round. So it was a great day.
Captain Kunzman congratulates his crew.
Gravely has successfully splashed the drone about
150 yards astern of Gravely. So great job to everybody on board.
That is all.
Gravely has passed her first test. The next won't be as easy. Defending against an attacker that's all but invisible. USS Gravely is on day 4 of her 7-day live fire exercise, out to prove she's ready for combat. But first task this morning isn't fighting, it's cleaning.
Morning. Nothing like the smell of Windex and coffee in the morning, huh? Yes, sir. All right, awesome. Not only does it maintain the visual cleanliness of the ship, but also there's a lot of sophisticated electronic equipment that we have on board the ship. Airborne dust affects the direct operation and the efficiency of that equipment.
With all hands scrubbing, polishing, and dusting, the ship is pristine in 30 minutes.
Hey, carry on, guys. Let's go.
Next mission, kill submarines. On the chopper deck, the crew prepares its next target, a drone called an EMAT, which mimics the movement of an enemy sub.
EMAT, there you go. It simulates submarine tunnels, so we can use it to track it and get our training in without using a live submarine. It's basically just a miniature submarine. We got different settings in there, runs its own course, and it'll run for a couple hours and sink to the bottom.
The sonar system on Gravely is extremely powerful and highly classified. It's mounted in the hull near the bow. It can discover multiple enemy subs at the same time.
Sonar Soup, I have a contact bearing 136.
The drone is detected. Gravely's weapons system begins tracking it. Even in a training exercise, on-screen information is top secret. Underwater warfare specialist Tammy Wilson is in charge of destroying the sub.
Bearing 136. All right, now we've tagged our contact, what appears to be the EMAT that we have out in the water. Now we've reported it to fire control. After we do that, we're going to fire on our simulated contact and hopefully win the war.
Drop the other, let's go.
Captain Kunzman orders the attack, but no real weapons are fired. This is a virtual battle, computers simulating the ship's assault. In actual combat, Gravely would use everything from missiles to torpedoes to destroy the threat.
UB, sonar, fire on contact.
Weapon away, time 143242.
Gravely's anti-submarine warfare team is honing its hunting skills.
500 yards. Classification, cost sub low 2.
It's like they say, if you don't use it, you lose it, and this is a very losable talent, so we practice like this as much as we can. That way, if we get in a real situation, we know exactly what we're supposed to do.
All station sonar. Sonar has loud underwater explosions.
The sub is destroyed.
Evaluator, sonar. We've got a lot of good training done. We were able to track simulated contacts, put correct fire control solutions on those contacts. We've been doing it right, putting warheads on foreheads.
Now bears 135.
But the sonar team detects something else in the water. And it's getting closer.
This is one of our underwater hydrophones, and right now if you hear those squeaks going back and forth, those are actually dolphins. I mean, we get to listen to ships and submarines, but the dolphins are definitely the coolest.
And sure enough, riding Gravely's bow wave is a pod of dolphins.
Captain's on the bridge.
Next up, Gravely's flight operations team is put to work.
Flight quarters. All hand manual flight quarter stations. Recovery, SA-60 Bravo. Just a thorough for a walk down.
The ship's own helicopters have yet to be deployed, so a U.S. Coast Guard, Jayhawk, looking for deck landing practice stands in. The chopper makes a series of touch and goes. The pilots need to complete a number of takeoffs and landings every few months to remain proficient. In return, Gravely's crew gets some much-needed experience. Training like it's the real thing means coming up with realistic scenarios. Aboard Gravely, things are about to be cranked up to a new level of intensity.
All ahead full for 25 knots.
Tensions have elevated since the boarding and seizure of a Garnetian flag vessel, which was found to have weapons of mass destruction. The Garnetian president vows revenge by what he has called a holy raid at sea. Start the problem. Start the clock.
Gravely's next challenge, suicide attack boats out to sink the ship. Destroyer USS Gravely is about to be put to an ultimate test of survival.
Security. This is U.S. Navy warship 107, conducting live fire exercises in position 33 degrees, 1005.
She's in the middle of a week-long live fire exercise off the coast of the Carolinas.
Request all vessels maintain distance of 15 nautical miles.
From almost 40 kilometers away, 3 remote-controlled speedboats have been launched from this mothership called Knot 38. They'll simulate a bomb-laden suicide boat assault. Their goal, attack the ship simultaneously. It's all part of a complicated geopolitical scenario, where a fictitious nation called Garnetia has started attacking U.S. warships.
The Ghanesian president announced that the holy raid from sea had begun and that the Western infidels will pay a costly price for their wicked deeds. That is all.
Keeping it real is part of the training.
It gives them a sense of reality in the training and also gives them a sense of how to respond as the ship ramps up into different states of readiness.
As Gravely gets into position to start the exercise, there's a problem. A civilian vessel has wandered into the test area. The exercise is put on hold.
And what's his range?
9 miles, sir.
Okay, hand me the bridge to bridge.
Knock 38, this is 107, over.
Warship 107, this is Knock 38.
And Knock 38, yeah, I'm coming to a new course of 030. I've got that contact off of up to the northeast that is a concern. So I'm going to come north a little bit so I can get a green range early, over.
38 copies all.
This is 107, standing by channel 76, out.
Captain Kunzman quickly repositions Gravely to get the civilian ship out of firing range and gives the order to start.
TO, bridge, hold range, green visually.
Thank you, Ivan.
Nav, tell Knock 38 we're ready to start when they are. Ready to commence.
The remote-controlled attack boats begin their assault.
Officer deck, what's his speed? 18 knots? All right, Roger, good. TO captain coming 30 knots.
You, aye, sir.
Call range at 8,000.
Now, slicing through the water at over 30 knots, Gravely is bearing down on the attackers, trying to take them out before they reach the ship.
Batteries released, mount 5-1. TO captain, you got him on the optical sight?
We got him, sir. They're in the weeds.
The attacking speedboats are 9 kilometers away and moving fast. Gravely is using sand-filled practice rounds. If actual high explosive shells were being used, the attacking boats would have been vaporized by now.
Sir, range 8,800 yards.
As the attackers get even closer to Gravely, her weapon of last resort, the close-in weapon system, the Sea-Whiz, comes to life. 2 of the attackers are disabled by Gravely's guns, but there's still one left.
What was the range of contact?
All right, at just over 6,000 yards, sir.
Captain Kunzman puts destruction of the last attacker on hold and throws a curveball at the crew.
Go to general quarters.
Crew quickly put on fireproof clothing. With the call to general quarters sounding throughout Gravely, every crew member on board knows the ship is now in imminent danger. The last of the inbound attack boats might get through. Every crew member must be ready to save the ship.
General quarters, we have to be prepared for any type of casualties because normally general quarters is sounded when you're in a battle scenario or when the ship itself is threatened due to fire or flooding. Coming right to 150.
Boat, stand some
3 decks below the bridge, Ensign Weir prepares his damage control team.
Being locked in most maximum readiness status for the ship, ready to fight any casualties, whether it be a bomb, they hit us from the side, missiles, guns, etc. So we're all ready.
Stand by for heavy rolls as the ship comes about.
Nav, verify what was the speed advance required to get there.
In this phase of the exercise, the crew must deal with a simulated hit on Gravely.
That was just a hit alpha. That means that we just got hit.
Aboard Gravely, this is the officer deck. A couple minutes ago, we had a small boat inbound and popped up and hit us off the port quarter.
The engine room is on fire. Ensign Weir orders his team to fight the simulated blaze. Wearing 11-kilogram breathing tanks, they push into the engine room. The fire team deals with the crisis under the watchful eye of red-cap trainers like Damage Controlman First Class Rahinia Bisham.
Yeah, right now, they're very hot. The FFEs alone, the firefighting ensemble that they're wearing is causing a lot of stress on them. They're pretty miserable. But knowing that they're doing a good job is what's keeping them persevering.
Chief Wexler, you got the other hot spot?
The drill over, the damage control team climbs out of the engine room. Hull Technician Second Class Olivia Robertson is exhausted.
Never know what's gonna happen. You have to be ready at all times, in shape, hydrated, it's hot. Keep your head on a swivel, buddy check, make sure everyone around you's okay. So we go in as one team, we come out as one team.
The crew performed well, did a phenomenal job, and we would have saved the ship. 60 to 70% of our sailors on board are brand new and they're straight out of A school and boot camp, but they're eager to learn.
Knowing how to react under extreme stress is where realistic training scenarios pay off.
Captain has this theory that there's three things you do when you get shot at. You dive for cover, you stand there and freeze, or you shoot back. And this is us being able to shoot back. You know, it's our training. The more you practice something, the more second nature it is. You don't have to think about it.
Mark.
The damage control exercise is a success, but there's unfinished business. The last suicide attack boat is still out there.
Fire salvo.
Fire salvo. Got it. Hit.
Gun full directed on contact. Recommend braking gauge and battery tight. And
The forward 5-inch gun takes out the speedboat's steering, and it's dead in the water.
The smile is because we're putting ordnance on target, and we hit the target, but more than that, it's about the sailors and their performance and the fact that they maintain calm, cool, and collective, and we're able to execute the mission flawlessly and kill the threat.
So far, Gravely and her crew are performing well under pressure, but soon they'll be facing an actual crisis at sea. It's the last day of USS Gravely's week-long shakedown cruise, and there's no let-up. Becoming battle-ready requires constant training.
Attention to the powder house. This is Ensign Nichols. Lieutenant J.G. Christo has a car.
The officer of the deck, or OOD, is responsible for driving the ship. To qualify, crew members must be proficient in high-speed maneuvering. Today, a number of crew hopes to get their OOD qualification. To do that, they have to complete a man overboard rescue. The victim, a killer tomato target. It will serve double duty. First as the man overboard, then it will be shot to pieces for target practice.
Stand by for heavy rolls as the ship comes about.
Folks, man overboard port side.
This is a drill, man overboard, man overboard, port side.
Chief Warrant Officer Jonathan Treat has to prove he's got what it takes to qualify as officer of the deck.
We're gonna kick the stern away from the man, so we're not going, the rudders don't kick into the man and chew them up. And once we get ahead, we're gonna do a variety of turns and steady back up alongside the man and do a shipboard recovery.
Gravely's 4 gas turbines and dual rudders kick into action as she accelerates into a short radius turn to get to the man overboard.
It is one powerful machine. We're talking 100,000 plus shaft horsepower. This is definitely has got the kind of horsepower we need to get there fast when we need to.
Chief Warrant Officer Treat carefully maneuvers Gravely close enough to recover the target if they had to. This proves he can rescue someone with speed and efficiency. The target is left in the water for the next qualifying officer.
That's what we just recovered.
Next up, Ensign Elizabeth Williams. She's fresh out of officer training school. This is her first time trying to qualify for officer of the deck.
You know, you got to shift to the other side.
Learning how to turn around a 155-meter long destroyer in a hurry isn't easy.
On head 2/3.
All in head 2/3 eye.
Hold on, right 10 degree rudder. Right 10 degree rudder.
Right 10 degree rudder.
Very well.
Rudder mid.
On head, standard for 1/3.
As Gravely cuts towards the man overboard, the drill is suddenly shut down. There's a problem with the ship's mast.
Yeah, Bridge, we just got a phone call. Packing's coming off the mast, slowing down to 5 knots. Very well.
And the reason we just came around to 1/3 and studied up is because we actually have a small little casualty up on the mast. The tack end is shaking all loose. So that's why we studied up just now.
Heading for the port bridge wing, Captain Kunzman inspects the damaged antenna. It's serious. The TACAN, or Tactical Air Navigation Antenna, has snapped. Helicopters use it to find and land on the ship, but it's at the highest part of the vessel, 45 meters above the waterline. For Captain Kunzman, it's a first.
Hey, 30 years I've never seen anything like that. That where it would fall could potentially damage some other equipment. And it's either on the MRSAT antenna or down into the stacks for the main engines. So we'll limit our maneuverability here for a little bit until we assess the situation. Right now we're going to send people aloft, which will take a few minutes, but we're going to send some of our sailors up there to determine how it's being held on and what the next step is.
A damage assessment team prepares to go aloft. A long lens photo gives them an idea of what they have to deal with.
And you've got a camera for the weld?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Captain Kunzman updates the crew.
Good afternoon, Gravely. This is the captain. Now, we have a casualty on our mast. The TACAN antenna, it looks like about the top 20 feet, is hanging down at about an 80-degree angle, so we're sending folks aloft to secure it and also to assess the damage. Based on the results, once they come down, we'll determine what we're going to do this afternoon. Additionally, we're going to commence live fire here off the starboard side because we have to sink the killer tomato that's currently coming up off the starboard bow. That is all.
Electronics technician second class Josh Redden is part of the team that will try to secure the broken antenna.
We're going to go up, tie down everything up there, make sure that nothing falls off because it could possibly go down the stack, could possibly take out an array. We're going to try to minimize the damage that's already been committed.
The broken antenna is dangling 5 stories above the deck. The only way up is through a system of ladders inside the mast. Senior Chief John Deacon gets a close-up view of the damage.
Basically, the 2 flanges of the base of the antenna to the base of this antenna. The weld right around that bottom flange is what broke off. It severed right at the weld.
For Master Warrant Officer Donovan Visa, the consequences could have been a lot worse.
Well, at the time, there was people on the port side of the ship looking up, and they heard the bang. So everybody that was down there on the port side could have potentially been injured or killed.
The antenna is precariously balanced, a deadly 2-meter-long, 180-kilogram spear. All that holds it in place are a few cables. Securing it is now priority 1.
Those physical cables that send the electricity up and down. The antennas talk to our pieces of gear down in combat systems. It runs from the top of the mast all the way down to the radar rooms we're holding the mast on.
The damage assessment team must fix it before the cables snap and send the antenna crashing down on the ship. Lucky for Gravely, it's happened on the last day. Any earlier and the mission would have been scrubbed altogether. While work continues aloft, the final training exercise is completed. The killer tomato is shredded by the .50 caliber machine guns. If left to float away, it would be a hazard to navigation.
That was close.
Shakedown cruises are all about finding problems, but even for a 30-year veteran like Captain Kunzman, this one is unusual.
Obviously, it's not expected at all, but the reason we're out here right now is to test all our systems and give the ship a good shakedown. This happens at the top of the main mast. Appears to have an issue right now, so we're going to address that issue and get it fixed and move on.
Photos are taken and sent to Naval Headquarters for analysis. Meanwhile, the damage assessment team has a plan. Torpedo slings to hold the antenna in place.
The straps that we used up on the mast are normally used for torpedo handling. That's the straps that we use to raise and lower the torpedoes, either out of the water or from the flight deck to the missile deck.
It was their idea. They came up with torpedo slings that can take in excess of 5,000 pounds. So if over the night the mast would come loose because of the cables that are currently holding it in place, then it would be secure up there, which prevents it causing further damage to the rest of the ship or, even more importantly, hazard to personnel.
While the damage team jerry-rigs the antenna, all the crew can do is watch. The seas below are calm, but aloft, the winds are gusting.
When we first went up there, the wind wasn't real bad, and then when it got to 14, 15 knots of wind, and it got pretty scary.
I'm not real big on heights either, but sometimes you gotta suck it up and do your job.
The ingenuity of the crew brings the crisis under control. Gravely can safely sail back to port.
They did a fantastic job. I'm very comfortable with the way it's secured now, so we can proceed into port tomorrow morning.
With a broken mast held firmly in place, the crew gets Gravely ready for her return to port with a freshwater washdown. The overnight forecast looks good for the 900-kilometer trip back to U.S. Navy base Mayport. For the time being, the damage has been limited to the antenna and the ship's pride.
The good thing is it happened while we're out here doing a shakedown. I'll get it fixed in a short period of time, and we'll be back in about a week.
Gravely should be back to port for repairs in the next 24 hours, as long as the weather and the torpedo straps hold. It's daybreak. USS Gravely is nearing Mayport Naval Base off Jacksonville, Florida.
All engines ahead, 2/3, 12 knots.
Say again?
The weather has held. So have the torpedo straps securing the snapped antenna. Gravely is scheduled to start new exercises in a few days. The captain needs his ship fixed quickly.
0830. So when we get pierside today, I expect to be met with those that are capable of not only identifying the casualty and everything that's wrong with the antennas and the mast itself, but also the ability to fix them.
Good morning, Gravely. In a few minutes here, we're going to be in the channel and in the vicinity of STJ buoy. Just to give everyone a heads up.
Mayport Naval Base is a busy place. This morning, the latest American supercarrier, USS George H.W. Bush, and its 5,000 crew members are heading out to sea.
The Navy's newest aircraft carrier, they're out here doing strike group operations, getting ready to deploy later this year.
When the two ships pass, they exchange honors, a long-standing naval tradition.
All hands topside, fall into port.
All engines ahead, 1/3 for 3 knots.
A tug brings the harbor pilot to guide Gravely safely through the narrow channel. Captain Kunzman points out the damaged mast.
Oh, see the antennas?
Yeah.
That's a 45-degree angle pointing down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to go straight up. The weld broke. Yeah. They should have a crane and bucket either there waiting for me or coming to fix this.
Okay.
Because they got 4 days to do repair before I get underway again.
Well, I'll talk to the dock master.
Right.
The base.
Okay, okay.
The pilot maneuvers Gravely through the channel and into her berth. Repair crews immediately swing into action. They've got to move fast to get Gravely ready in time for her next mission. Combat Systems Engineer Tim Machowick is ready to work.
We'll get them underway, no problem, when they're scheduled on the way date.
A special 120-meter crane moves into place to remove the damaged antenna.
We're about to put some rigging on this antenna.
Once we get this antenna removed and determine what we have to do for new cables, new foundation, once we get that in place, get a new antenna and put new antennas in.
The engineers have assured me, based on what they found, that we're going to be able to recover quickly, conduct repairs over the next 4 days, and get the ship underway on time, on schedule to go conduct our next mission. Obviously, it's unfortunate, but since it did happen, the timing was good. With the resources that the Navy is able to bring to bear and the support that we have for these ships, I see us sailing on time 4 days from now.
And right on schedule. Gravely heads back out to sea for her next mission, complete with a new antenna.
Commence live firing. Gravely is one of the most sophisticated warships afloat today. Every single thing on this ship operates together to bring together the Aegis combat system, which is by far the most powerful combat systems afloat.
Good morning, sir. CG Division standing by for personal inspection.
Very well.
Despite the challenges of commanding a warship like Gravely, it's a dream job for Captain Kunzman.
I wake up every morning with goosebumps. It's not only an honor, but it's a privilege to command a warship like this. Any questions for me? But I'd say what makes Gravely what it is the crew and their proficiency, their training, their attitude, and their motivation.
Yay! Killer Tomato #1.
And our motto here is on target, on time, and they've proved that this week.
USS Gravely, ready to engage America's enemies on the high seas for decades to come.